What they found in Prince Harry's private mansion will leave you stunned. The relationship between Prince Harry and the royal family has never been straightforward. From a young boy standing silently behind his mother's coffin to a man who dared to relinquish his noble titles to protect his small family, Harry's journey has always been intertwined with controversy, pain, and divisive decisions. He once said, "I haven't always got it right, but this time I had no other choice." Those words, seemingly a simple explanation, hinted at a secret that left the entire United Kingdom in shock. Harry and Meghan's private mansion in California, where they sought freedom and peace, has now become the epicenter of a staggering discovery. Something was uncovered within this luxurious estate, a secret, hidden for years, powerful enough to upend everything the public thought they knew about the Sussex family. Could this be the real reason they stepped back from their royal roles? And if so, how long have they been concealing it? The answers are slowly coming to light, and you won't be able to look away once the truth behind those closed doors is revealed. Prince Harry's private mansion. Before moving to the United States and breaking free from the constraints of royalty, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle lived in one of the United Kingdom's most famous and historic residences, Kensington Palace. At first glance, it is a magnificent symbol of power and history, once home to kings, queens, and illustrious royals. But behind its ancient walls lies a past steeped in tragedy, and perhaps things that science cannot explain. Built in 1605 and established as an official palace during the reign of King William III and Queen Mary II, Kensington has never truly brought happiness to the women who resided there. Queen Anne, who endured 17 pregnancies yet saw none of her children survive to adulthood, lived much of her life in despair. Then there was Queen Caroline, who died following a failed surgery after childbirth. Even in modern times, some believe Kensington remains haunted. Princess Margaret, though vibrant and rebellious, felt stifled within its walls. And Princess Diana, despite her radiant public smile, endured years of profound loneliness in this very palace. So what is truly hidden within this ancient residence? Did Harry and Meghan leave solely due to royal pressures? Or was there another unnamed fear at play? Few know that in the late 19th century, Kensington Palace, tied to generations of British monarchs, was on the verge of collapse. The once grand structure had deteriorated so severely that some proposed demolishing it entirely. But Queen Victoria, born within its walls, fiercely opposed the idea. She declared, "As long as I live, Kensington Palace will stand." Her resolve saved a piece of royal heritage, ensuring the palace remained a historic symbol. Over a century later, Kensington Palace became the backdrop for a new story, this time that of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. After their wedding, they chose to live in Nottingham Cottage, a modest home within the palace grounds. It was more than just a residence. It was a piece of royal memory, once home to Princess Diana's sister and her husband, the Queen's private secretary. But then everything changed. When they left the United Kingdom, Harry and Meghan sought a new life in Montecito, California. The Chateau of Riven Rock, a £11 million mansion, is what they now call home. Far from the ceremonial air of their former palace, this new residence exudes classic European elegance, surrounded by nature and high-profile neighbors like Oprah Winfrey and Katy Perry. Meghan described it as a place that brings peace and freedom. But is the story as simple as seeking tranquility? For Harry, Kensington Palace was not just a place he lived. It was a part of his childhood, a symbol of the once inseparable bond with his brother, Prince William. Now their new home may be beautiful and serene, but those old memories seem to have been left behind forever. A fractured royal bond, tensions within the royal family have only grown, and the relationship between the two brothers has clearly fractured. What was once an unbreakable connection now seems shattered. The decision by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to step back from their royal roles deepened this divide even further. Speculation swirls around the reasons for the rift, with many pointing to long-standing family conflicts and the pressures of public scrutiny. Once seen as unbreakable, the bond between Prince William and Prince Harry was forged through shared experiences of tragedy and the unique pressures of royal life. After the passing of their mother, Princess Diana, the brothers faced immense grief. At just 15 and 12 years old, they walked behind her coffin in the funeral procession at Westminster Abbey. William later described it as one of the hardest experiences of his life, while Harry expressed that no child should ever be placed in such a position. In the years following their mother's loss, William and Harry grew closer. Their shared pain created a bond that seemed indestructible. In 2002, they walked side by side again at the funeral of their great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Though a somber occasion, they honored her memory and celebrated her legacy. These public moments of mourning showcased their solidarity. When William married Kate Middleton in 2011, Harry was by his side as best man. The brothers were seen exchanging smiles and quiet words as Kate walked down the aisle. Harry even offered lighthearted encouragement to William, adding warmth to the grand occasion. In his best man speech, Harry spoke of his brother, calling William the perfect sibling and expressing deep admiration for Kate, whom he said he loved like a sister. In 2016, William, Kate, and Harry launched the Heads Together campaign to break the stigma surrounding mental health. Their united front was widely praised as they used their platform to encourage open conversations about mental well-being. The trio seemed inseparable, radiating friendship and shared purpose. However, cracks in their relationship began to surface around that time. Reports suggest William expressed concerns about the rapid pace of Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle. His protective instincts as an older brother clashed with Harry's growing attachment to Meghan. When the couple married in a lavish ceremony at St. George's Chapel in Windsor in May 2018, the public celebrated a modern fairy tale. But behind the scenes, the brothers' relationship grew increasingly strained. By Christmas 2018, tensions had reached a boiling point. Harry reportedly accused William of not making enough effort to welcome Meghan into the family. He felt his brother had failed to offer the support and warmth he had hoped for. Meanwhile, William was said to be cautious about the couple's union and the challenges it posed to the royal family. This disagreement left a lasting impact, pulling the once close siblings further apart. According to royal historian Robert Lacey, William sought intervention from their uncle, Charles Spencer, hoping a family figure could bridge the widening gap. However, Harry viewed this as a betrayal. While he understood his uncle's intentions, he resented William for involving others in their personal conflict. Their relationship continued to deteriorate. Even King Charles attempted to mend the fractured bond. He encouraged William to extend an olive branch by inviting Harry and Meghan to spend Christmas with the family. Though the gesture offered a glimmer of hope, it did little to repair the divide. In a 2019 documentary titled Harry and Meghan, An African Journey, Harry acknowledged that he and William were on different paths. While he maintained they would always be brothers, it was clear their connection was not what it once was. The brothers' relationship faced further strain in January 2020 when Harry announced his decision to step back from senior royal roles. This shocking move rocked the monarchy, sparking intense media scrutiny. Some speculated that William had bullied Harry out of the family. In response, the brothers issued a joint statement denying the claims, calling them false and harmful. But the rift only deepened. In a bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021, Meghan revealed shocking allegations, including concerns within the royal family about their son Archie's skin color. She also disclosed her struggles with mental health during her time as a working royal. The revelations shook the monarchy and further widened the gap between the brothers. When asked about the racism allegations, Prince William firmly responded that the royal family was not racist. However, the damage was done. Public perception of the brothers shifted, with many taking sides in their ongoing feud. In Harry's memoir, Spare, he accused William of physically attacking him during a heated argument in 2019, an incident that left him shaken. The accusation painted a troubling picture of their relationship, challenging the image of brotherly unity the public once saw. The emotional toll of their estrangement is evident. While both brothers have tried to maintain a dignified public front, it's clear the bond they once cherished has been broken. Currently, William is focusing on his growing responsibilities as the Prince of Wales, preparing for his future role as king. Meanwhile, Harry has embraced a new life in California, building a family with Meghan and pursuing philanthropic ventures, the relationship with King Charles. In the world of royalty, where every glance is scrutinized and every action dissected, the father-son relationship between King Charles and Prince Harry is a story filled with sadness and distance. Once close, their bond has grown fragile and strained in recent years. The tension escalated after Harry and Meghan's unexpected announcement in 2020 that they were stepping back from their royal roles. Since then, there have been silences, unanswered calls, and attempts at connection that have faded into nothingness. Despite Harry's repeated efforts to reconnect, King Charles's silence has only deepened the divide. What troubles Harry most is the safety of his wife and children. In his eyes, his father, King Charles, is the only one with the power to intervene and protect his family if needed. But calls to check in, even during the king's health challenges, have continued to go ignored. This disregard weighs heavily on the heart of a son already burdened with worry. Harry's recent return to London to mark the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games further highlighted the rift. Though only streets apart, father and son did not meet. The reason? The king was busy. Harry's representative said he understood and remained hopeful that they would one day sit down together. When King Charles's cancer diagnosis was announced, Harry immediately flew to the UK. But the visit lasted less than 24 hours, and their private meeting spanned just 40 minutes. Brief as it was, it signaled that Harry was still willing to set aside differences to be there for his father when it mattered. However, it's not just geography that separates them. The decision to relocate to the United States with Meghan and their children has fundamentally altered the family dynamic. Rare meetings, unanswered calls, and King Charles's absence from the lives of Archie and Lilibet all contribute to an unspoken regret. Charles, according to sources, is deeply saddened by his limited connection with his grandchildren, a longing made more acute by his increasingly fragile health. The rift isn't solely about distance. Public statements have played a role. In the 21 Oprah interview and the subsequent explosive memoir, Spare, Harry made shocking revelations about the royal family. These disclosures, according to those close to the king, deeply wounded Charles. He felt betrayed, particularly as the allegations also implicated Queen Camilla, whom Harry once called dangerous. Despite it all, Charles still hopes for reconciliation. Before Queen Elizabeth's passing, he invited Harry and his family to spend the summer at Balmoral, a gesture aimed at reopening the door to connection. But the invitation was declined. The rejection left Charles visibly saddened as he continues to yearn for the day his son returns, not just physically, but emotionally. Yet the light hasn't entirely faded. In a recent interview, Harry expressed gratitude for being able to see his father after the cancer diagnosis. A simple statement, but one that suggests that amidst the hurt and conflict, there remains a desire for healing. The road ahead, however, is far from easy. Past wounds run deep, and rebuilding trust is not a matter of days. King Charles, now battling illness, may have come to realize that family is what matters most. And Harry, torn between protecting his young family and longing to reconnect with his roots, stands at a crossroads. Can time heal? Or will this be just another sorrowful chapter in the long, turbulent story of the British royal family? The answer lies ahead, where the world watches every step of father and son. Harry's bond with his maternal family. In contrast, Prince Harry has always shared a profound connection with his late mother, Princess Diana, and her family. This bond with his maternal side has remained a steady anchor in his life, even as he navigates the complexities of royal life and now as a public figure in the United States. Diana's family includes her three siblings, her older sisters, Lady Sarah McCorquodale and Lady Jane Fellows, and her younger brother, Earl Charles Spencer. Each has played a significant role in Harry's life, especially after Diana's tragic passing. Harry's relationship with his maternal family has been a constant source of support. In August 2023, Harry quietly traveled from the United States to the United Kingdom to attend the funeral of his uncle, Lord Robert Fellows, in Snettisham, Norfolk. Lord Fellows was married to his Aunt Jane and had once been an equerry to Princess Diana. Harry was not alone. His brother, Prince William, was also present, and together they mourned a significant figure in their family. During this visit, Harry stayed with his uncle Charles at Althorp, the estate synonymous with memories of his mother. Althorp is also where Princess Diana is buried, on a small island in the middle of a lake surrounded by trees. It is her final resting place, and Harry, like his brother, has maintained a strong connection to it throughout his life. The timing of Lord Fellows' funeral carried special weight. It took place just 3 days before the 27th anniversary of Diana's passing. The coincidence was not lost on Harry, who has always carried the weight of his mother's loss. Though young when she died, her death shaped him in ways both visible and hidden. The support from his maternal family has been an ongoing source of comfort. His Uncle Charles and Aunts Sarah and Jane have been there for Harry in pivotal moments. Indeed, when Harry and William unveiled a statue of Diana at Kensington Palace in 2021 to mark what would have been her 30th birthday, their maternal family stood by their side. The event was a tribute to a mother they adored and a sister their family lost. Their presence that day underscored the integral role Diana's family continues to play in their lives, even as Harry has forged his own path. The support from his maternal family was also evident during Harry and Meghan's 2018 wedding. Several members of the Spencer family attended, with Lady Jane chosen to deliver a reading during the ceremony. This gesture highlighted the close bond between Harry and his aunts, uncles, and cousins. The connection was further seen at Prince Archie's christening in 2019, where both Lady Sarah and Lady Jane were present and even appeared in the official portrait for the occasion. Harry's bond with his maternal family is so strong that he and Meghan made time to visit Althorp. In his memoir Spare, Harry recounts rowing across the lake with Meghan to his mother's burial site. The image of Harry and Meghan in a boat heading toward the island where his mother rests captures the enduring emotional ties he has to his roots. Althorp, with its sweeping green fields and ancient trees, holds countless memories for Harry. It is a place that represents both peace and loss, a reminder of the joy his mother once knew and the sorrow that followed. Harry's tribute to his mother is not just in words or memories, but in actions. He has dedicated much of his life to continuing the work she began, particularly in raising awareness about HIV/AIDS. Princess Diana's compassion for those affected by HIV was groundbreaking at the time. She visited HIV patients when the disease was still misunderstood and feared by many. Her empathy and courage in the face of stigma marked her as a pioneer in promoting understanding and compassion. Harry has carried forward this legacy by speaking out about HIV and the importance of eradicating its stigma. In a speech marking the 40th anniversary of the Terence Higgins Trust, Harry praised his mother's work, lauding her empathy and her ability to find humanity in everyone she met. He believes the fight against HIV is a vital part of her legacy and has made it his mission to carry that torch forward. His commitment to this cause is just one example of how he honors his mother's memory and values, ensuring her legacy lives on through his actions. Despite the passage of time, the pain of losing his mother remains profound for Harry. He has written openly about the grief he felt as a boy and the unresolved emotions that linger. Losing his mother at such a young age shaped his worldview and, in many ways, set him apart. He has spoken about feeling different from his family as he grew up, believing his mother shared those feelings. This sense of being misunderstood, both within his family and the wider world, has driven many of Harry's personal decisions and his desire to build a life aligned with his values. In the years since Diana's passing, Harry has worked to create his own life while staying true to the principles she instilled in him. His resilience, ability to turn grief into action, and determination to honor his mother's legacy make him a figure of strength and compassion. Much like Diana was. Diana, the Queen of Hearts. Throughout modern history, few public figures have left as indelible a mark on people's hearts as Princess Diana. She is remembered not only for her noble royal status, but for her warm heart, genuine compassion, and tireless commitment to making the world a better place. To the public, Diana was the embodiment of a people's princess, someone who used her position to shine a light on the overlooked corners of society. Diana didn't engage in charity for the sake of duty. She did it with her heart. Her efforts were not merely symbolic. They created real change. And that authenticity continues to inspire millions, from her lifetime to this day. In the late 1980s, when the HIV/AIDS epidemic plunged the world into fear, confusion, and ostracism, Diana did something no other royal had dared. She held the hand of an AIDS patient. No gloves, no barriers, leaving the world in awe. That small act carried the weight of a profound humanitarian statement. Those living with HIV/AIDS did not need to be feared. They deserved love and compassion. She worked closely with organizations like the National AIDS Trust and the Terence Higgins Trust, drawing global attention to those struggling in the shadow of stigma. Diana didn't just change how people viewed HIV, she helped dismantle prejudices, bringing resources and hope to millions. But her compassion didn't stop there. After years of war, millions of landmines littered the world, threatening the lives of civilians, especially children. Determined to make the world safer, Diana partnered with the Halo Trust, a pioneering organization in landmine clearance. Her image in protective gear, bravely walking through a minefield in Angola in 1997, became an enduring symbol of dedication and courage. Thanks to her advocacy, the Ottawa Treaty banning anti-personnel mines gained significant attention and international support. Beyond Angola, Diana visited Bosnia, listening to survivors of landmine explosions. She listened with her heart, giving a voice to those who had been forgotten. That voice pushed governments to act, gradually making the world safer for future generations. Children always held a special place in Diana's heart. She frequently visited children's hospitals, bringing smiles, encouragement, and comfort. As patron of Great Ormond Street Hospital, one of the world's leading pediatric facilities, Diana warmed the hearts of young patients and gave hope to families living in fear. To many children, she wasn't just a princess. She was a friend, a beacon of light in their darkest days. Her role at the Royal Marsden Hospital, a premier cancer treatment center, was equally remarkable. From 1989 as president, she tirelessly raised funds, secured sponsorships, and inspired cutting-edge research. More importantly, she was present, sitting beside patients, holding their hands, listening to their stories, in a deeply human, approachable way that transcended the royal divide. Beyond hospitals, she quietly made late-night visits to shelters for homeless youth, those abandoned, lost, and feeling invisible in society. Through her work with Centrepoint, Diana showed them they were valued, worthy of love and care. She didn't just provide meals or beds, she gave them belief and hope. Another cause close to Diana's heart was mental health. At a time when mental illness was taboo, she was a pioneer in breaking the silence. She openly shared her own emotional struggles, encouraging others to do the same. Her message was clear. Seeking help for mental health is not shameful. It's a human right that deserves the same respect as any medical issue. Diana's impact wasn't confined to the United Kingdom. From supporting organizations like Bernardo's, which aids vulnerable children, to the British Red Cross's work in disaster and conflict-affected areas, Diana tirelessly visited the world's most broken places. Seeing malnourished children and families in ruins, she didn't just bring compassion, she brought the world's attention. What set Diana apart was how she connected with people, not through grand ceremonies or polished speeches, but through her eyes, her embraces, her genuine presence. She didn't stand behind the barrier of fame, she stepped into the real lives of those she aimed to help. That closeness not only made her one of the most beloved public figures, but also transformed how the royal family engages with the modern world. And then, in 1997, when Diana was taken in a tragic accident, the world seemed to hold its breath. People didn't just mourn a symbol of beauty, they grieved for a heart full of kindness, a soul full of courage. She made people feel seen, understood, loved. And that is a legacy no crown could ever bestow. Even today, Diana remains an enduring source of inspiration for those who want to make a difference. Her life is proof that the greatest strength lies not in power or status, but in compassion, the kind that touches hearts, heals wounds, and makes the world a kinder place.